Hello and welcome everyone to Cafe. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. It is great to be back with you to share all of the fun and exciting events happening this week. And I understand you've been hanging out with the primates?
I hang out with monkeys all the time. No. The Central Florida Zoo has some incredible exhibits, and it's really a fun Florida zoo to walk around. But we got to hang out with their new spider monkeys, which are so cute. So here's a look at that. Here at the Central Florida Zoo, we are at the South American primate habitat, and there are a couple, that's 3 new residents in the exhibit that we're about to see come out behind us. They are squirrel monkeys who are joining the troupe of spider monkeys that are here, and this is Chris Torch, who is the Director of Animal Operations. And I've noticed a lot of activity behind us because your keepers have been very busy putting out some new snacks, some new activities, because you have to keep these guys busy.
Correct. So every morning we go inside the habitats and we service the exhibits, we clean it up, and then we make it really active and add a lot of environmental enrichment for the animals since they are so smart. We want to keep them busy and keep them active during the day. So we give them different types of puzzle feeders to get their food and their breakfast. So that's what the keepers are doing right now. They're setting up the habitat for all of the 8 monkeys that want to come out and get their breakfast.
But as we're standing here talking and waiting for the monkeys to come out, with the squirrel monkeys, learning about that species has been interesting for me. Oh, hello, buddy. We've got a couple visitors over here this morning.
Yeah, that's one of our squirrel monkeys.
So that's one of the squirrel monkeys.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about why those are so unique.
So we acquired the squirrel monkeys because we wanted to add a new species of primate to the habitat, and there is a need for institutions that belong to the American Zoo and Aquarium Association to house bachelor troops of squirrel monkeys. And since we realized that we had kind of had the space and the ability to do so, we partnered with several other zoos here in the United States, and we were able to bring these 3 boys in.
So over here behind us, we're noticing these are the spider monkeys, yes?
Yes, this is one of our juvenile spider monkeys that's about 2 years old. So yeah, so we have these bowling pins which look like toys to our guests, but this is part of our environmental enrichment program. So you can see that there's some food smeared on them, makes it a little bit more difficult. These guys like the bright colors, and they know that the keepers have come out here this morning and hidden all sorts of types of food. I saw the keepers hide some raisins in there, which is one of their high value food items that they love.
Oh, so it's a little bit of a treasure hunt in there.
Yes. Try to get it before your neighbor does.
So you've gotten a lot of great reaction from guests with the new squirrel monkeys. They are so cute, but there's a lot to keep in mind with monkeys. They're not good pets, and they are real strong and pretty destructive, which is why you guys have to keep them so busy.
Correct. So we do like to remind our guests to be very smart when you do choose a pet, and we do not encourage anybody to choose any sort of primate as a pet because they are so difficult to keep. And we have the expertise here with our talented keeper staff, with our veterinarian department, with our nutritionist, in order to maintain the proper health and husbandry for these animals. So you can go to the AZA website or Not a Pet to learn more about why primates aren't the best pet to have in your house.
Well, this is a good way for you all to show this species because it is so much fun to watch.
Yes.
Hey, buddy. Hi. They're so curious and so cute. So you can see why people would be drawn towards these animals, but yet that really is a problem that organizations are seeing out there.
Yes, we unfortunately get calls all of the time wanting to know if we can take in any abandoned primates or macaws or tortoises. So we really don't have any more room to do that, so it is a crisis here in the United States. So the purpose of this exhibit is to showcase the fact that we want guests to be informed about the pets that they choose and to not choose primates as pets.
So we're seeing some of the swinging happening, some of the different, basically enrichment activities that your keepers have to do to entertain these animals on a daily basis.
Yes, it's a lot of work. We give them enrichment 3 different times a day, so that could be novel food items, different types of toys for them to interact with, different scents, even different smells.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
That's okay. They're doing their job.
It really is so much fun, but it also is an opportunity for you all to help educate all of your guests who come in here. And we're seeing people, you know, even behind us who want to interact with these, and this is the safest and the best way to do it.
Correct, yes. If you want to learn about primates and you want to see primate behavior and enjoy watching primates, come to the Central Florida Zoo. We monitor their diets and their weights constantly to make sure that they're always at the optimal weight.
Awesome. And the optimal weight for a squirrel monkey?
They're going to be a couple of pounds, but it also depends
small.
on each individual too. So we monitor them so much that we keep trends and we know who should be higher, who should be lower. So yeah.
Well, you guys do a great job.
Thank
and
you.
If you would like to come down and see the spider monkeys and the new squirrel monkeys, check out the Central Florida Zoo's website and come on down and give us a visit.
Exactly.
They are so cute, the squirrel monkeys. They're like 2 or 3 pounds, but the people at the Central Florida Zoo are really great about educating people that you need to have the enjoyment of watching these type of animals in an exhibit. They are not meant to be pets.
Right.
They are a lot of work. So
You mean Bubbles
cat or
wasn't
dog.
there? Bubbles wasn't there?
Oh,
Michael Jackson.
Oh, R.I.P. Bubbles. But yeah, not great as pets, but
No.
great to come and watch at the Central Florida Zoo.
All right.
Oh, you can enjoy live music for free at the Morse Museum every Friday nights. From 4 p.m. until closing on January 20th, you can experience the museum's exhibits and live music from some of Central Florida's finest musicians. The Morse Museum houses the world's most comprehensive collection of works by Louis Comfort Tiffany, plus American art pottery, paintings, and decorative art. Go to morsemuseum.org for more information.
The Holocaust Memorial Resource and Education Center presents an exhibit opening, Escape Denied, the Frank Family's Struggle for Freedom. The exhibit reveals Anne Frank and her family's heartbreaking struggle to immigrate from Nazi-occupied Europe, highlighting their failed attempts to find refuge in the U.S. and Cuba, and the broader impact of immigration policies during that time. The exhibit opening is January 16th at 8:30 p.m., and for more details, go to holocaustedu.org.
The Downtown Arts District invites you to celebrate arts, culture, and history at this month's Third Thursday Orlando on January 16th from 6 to 9 p.m. The series features a gallery hop, makers market, live performances, and food trucks. Third Thursday's footprint now extends from City Arts Orlando to the Orange County Regional History Center, Heritage Square Arts, and the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. Check out unitedartscfl.org for details.
The annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday Parade is taking place in downtown Orlando on January 18th. The theme for this year is Mission Possible, protecting freedom, justice, and democracy in the spirit of nonviolence 365. This is one of the largest MLK parades in America, with bands and participants from all over the country. The festivities begin at 10 a.m. and your hosts for this event are local celebrity Monica May and yours truly. More details can be found at orlando.gov. We are joined by Hannah Miller, who is from the Art and History Museums of Maitland. Thank you for being with us, Hannah.
Thanks so much for having me, Clarence.
So in the art universe here in Central Florida, what makes the Art and History Museums of Maitland stand out?
Oh my gosh, what a question. So one of the most unique things about us is, of course, the fact that we are Greater Orlando's only National Historic Landmark. I don't know if you are aware of this or not. A lot of people don't realize how long we've been here, but we were actually founded all the way back in 1937 by a visionary artist. His name was J. Andre Smith, and he founded us as an artist retreat. So our entire space has existed from the start to be a home for the arts in Central Florida.
And it's one of the most unique, the architecture is so beautiful to me.
Oh yeah.
Love is one of the most unique in Central Florida.
Yeah.
So it's called the Art and History Museums of Maitland. Why the museums?
Well, yeah, okay, so because we are actually a whole experience, right? Like, we are a complex of museum attractions. We cover, we have multiple history museums, including Florida's only telephone museum, which, sounds kind of funny when you think about it at first, right? But think about, like, all of your nieces and nephews that have never seen a rotary phone. Yeah, so we have this amazing interactive experience that you can come and enjoy with your whole family at the Telephone Museum. We have our Maitland History Museum, which covers, so much more than just Maitland, but also our sister community, the historic Eatonville, as well as aspects of Winter Park and just the growth of Central Florida in general. We also caretake a Victorian home on the grounds of Lake Lily, and have a carpentry museum, as well as, of course, the space that is the Maitland Art Center, which is our National Historic Landmark, which, as you mentioned, has all of that incredible architecture.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. All done in the Art Deco style, and then also an example of what's called Mayan Revival. Yeah.
I was going to say, somewhere in between sort of Mayan, sort of Art Deco, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's like you're stepping out of time into like a different place entirely.
Yes.
It's really something special.
And when you mentioned the Telephone Museum, you made me think about the kids and what kind of activities there are for children, educational opportunities for children and adults. What would that be?
Oh gosh, we're all over the place. So we have, let's start with the kids, right? And then we'll grow up. So for our families, we have a monthly event that we call Little Creatives in Need, which is focused on like our toddlers and our absolute littles and their special people. And we bring them into the garden, and every month we do a different theme. We introduce them to ideas about history. We have art activities, and we build a community for families that are looking for others that share their creative curiosity in our area. And it's free. It's absolutely free, yeah. We do a lot of outreach as well to our Boys and Girls Clubs. We host Girl Scout programs. We even have our own Girl Scout badge that kids can earn. Isn't that cute?
And you mentioned that it is an arts community. It was started as an arts community. You have artists in residence there as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So again, we were founded by Jules Andre Smith as an artist retreat, and that was not just for himself. He wanted to invite other artists to come and create in his space, and he would host them, with the help of other, early Central Florida luminaries with a little more cash. He would provide the space for them to live and to work. He would even feed them, all free of charge. All he said was, you have to explore, you have to, as he said, create new visions. He called it his research studio. So in honor of that, we continue that mission today, and we have both an artist in residency program where we invite artists from all over the world to come and live on our site, actually stay in Andre's old house. And they get to live and create on our site, and then share their creations with our Central Florida community to inspire them. And then for our artists that are already here, we offer up to 5 artists every year free studio space. So they can come create in our historic studios, and they have that financial burden lifted off them so they can answer that challenge from Andre, and they can try to really push themselves and create new visions.
Just create,
Yeah.
It is one of the most interesting places in Central Florida, so make your way to the Art and History Museums of Maitland. Hannah, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Clarence.
If you're looking for something a little bit unique on International Drive, you need to check out Cafe Tutu Tango.
It is such a cool spot, and they also have great food, and that's where we find Carissa Clark with this week's Taste of the Town.
Hello and welcome to Taste of the Town. I'm Carissa Clark. I'm here at Cafe Tutu Tango on International Drive, and I am excited to introduce you to their managing partner, Anthony Signor. Anthony,
Thank you for having us on the show.
Oh my gosh, I am so happy. What a beautiful restaurant.
Thank you.
This is so much fun. I know that you're known for your art, and I also know that you're known for your amazing menu. So what do you have for us here today?
So today we have our sesame steak skewers.
Okay.
So we start with our sirloin steak that we marinate for 24 hours. We don't
Okay.
want to marinate more than 24 hours because then it can get a little salty.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to build our plate with our steak on the bottom,
Nice.
make it pretty for our guest. Then we're going to drizzle our soy ginger aioli.
I'm a huge fan of a soy ginger aioli.
It brings out a lot of great flavors.
Yes, it does.
Then we're going to finish with sesame seeds
Very good.
and green onion.
Now, isn't that simple and so tasty? And you were telling me that this is incredibly popular here at the restaurant.
It is. It's my favorite and a lot of our guests' favorite.
Right. Now, does this make some of the favorites? I know on the menu that you have favorites and tasting plates. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so we have our tour of tango. It is our taste plate. So we like to say that we guide the guests through our favorites on our menu.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
And this is the highlight of that. It's perfect for parties of 6 or more. You don't want to pick things out. We pick it out for you and
Oh.
guide your experience.
Now, isn't that fun? And thinking about, like, we want to inspire anyone at home to be able to create something like this. And that's really fun for just an entertaining idea as well. So that's amazing. And so not only is your tasting and the guiding and it's this experience, but this restaurant and the art is incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about the art as well?
Absolutely. There's nothing like it. So all the art is from local artists and it's all for sale. And every day we have artists in the restaurant painting, creating jewelry, and interacting with the guest and really bringing our culture to life.
See, I think that is so fun. So here in the restaurant, it's so colorful and there's just tons of art. So when anyone comes in here, they're able to purchase a piece. If they love
Absolutely.
something, they can have it.
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
And if you're on vacation, we can mail it home to you.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you have so many tourists that do come through here and even locals as well, is this something that they really gravitate towards?
Absolutely, because there's nothing like it. It connects you
Right.
to the community and it really stands out.
And so you also have artists that are they painting and they're sketching here live?
So they paint live, they create jewelry live. We also have tarot card
Really?
readers, which is always
Really?
fun, can tell you about your future, let you know
Wow.
what's set to come.
Right.
And then we have entertainers like flamingo dancers and impersonators.
Come
So
on,
it's always a fun
impersonators.
time.
Okay, so give me an example of an impersonator.
Right now we have Whitney Houston.
Stop
Yeah.
it. Really?
Who doesn't want to dance with somebody?
Anthony, he's silly. I tell you, Whitney Houston, I grew up listening to Whitney Houston. Maybe a lot of you did at home as well. Oh, I love that. And so it's a really good impersonator, huh? When she
Oh,
comes
yes.
through.
Yeah.
How do you even find an impersonator?
Luckily, we have a third party that helps us secure the talent.
to be able to do that. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, that makes. So when you do come here, so if artists are always creating, when are there performers here as well?
So the performers are here every single night, 7, 8, and 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And then during brunches, Saturday and Sunday, 12, 1, and 2 o'clock.
Oh, nice. So it's really at like the peak hours.
Yes.
So whether or not you live here locally or if you're someone who's traveling here, not only do you get to come here to enjoy some delicious food, and I love because you know how you go to a restaurant and you don't necessarily know what it is that you want, but you want something good and you want to be inspired by the food. You are saying, hey, we're going to take care of you. Not only is it going to be delicious, we're going to show you a great time.
Absolutely.
I love that, Anthony. I'm so excited to have a bite, okay? It is time to have a taste. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anthony, that is so flavorful. Oh my, I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it. Thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate it. Please go to the website for more information. I invite you to come here to Cafe Tutu Tango for your taste of the town. Until then, I'll see you around town.
I love a little sneak peek into how they make some of their recipes. And of course, it's also all about art and some of their special events that they have there.
Really special because you really do get both the food and the art. So it's what you can't lose. It's really great.
It's a great spot to check out and kind of like a hidden gem in the iDrive community. So check out Cafe Tutu Tango. Historic town of Eatonville presents its annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade celebration on January 18th at 2 p.m. The celebration begins with a vibrant parade down Kennedy Boulevard where local schools, organizations, marching bands, and community leaders gather in a colorful procession to honor Dr. King's dream and the spirit of our community. Following the parade, the festivities continue with the celebration on Hungerford Field. Go to townofeatonville.org for more information.
The Central Florida Scottish Highland Games are taking place on January 18th and 19th at Central Winds Park in Winter Springs. The festival includes competitions in Scottish heavy athletics, Highland dance, bagpiping, and baking. The weekend also hosts cultural activities including border collie demonstrations, Scottish clans, musical performances, a medieval camp, axe throwing, and more. For details, visit flascott.com.
The Chicago Symphony Orchestra is coming to Orlando on January 18th at 7:30 p.m. at Dr. Phillips Center. Founded in 1891, the Chicago Symphony Orchestra is consistently hailed as one of the greatest orchestras in the world. Returning for a much anticipated encore performance in the acoustically perfect Steinmetz Hall, the CSO promises guests the experience of hearing some of the world's most elite musicians. You can get tickets at drphillipscenter.org.
Seems like everything happens on the 18th this week.
I know, I was going to say, we're so excited to see you host the parade.
Oh, yes. Me and the lovely and talented Monica May will be at the hosting the MLK Parade for Orlando. So there's two. If you got confused, there's the 10 a.m. downtown Orlando, the 2 p.m. in Eatonville. So you can do a day of parades.
I mean, what's better than a parade, especially when they have all the bands, and that one's a big one, the Orlando one.
Yes, the biggest.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up this week of events. If you have one you'd like to share with us for next month, send us an email at cafe@ocfl.net. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Remember to join us next week to see what is new and exciting in your community.